The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, welcome everyone to this week's edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. And each week we bring you the goings-on in the towns and villages that we cover. This week we'll be starting with Mike Falk, the supervisor of the town of Lima. Mike, what's going on there?
Hi, Chris. Thanks again for hosting us. Just sort of a public service announcement first. You can see that all around Lima there is a proliferation of many brand new utility poles, all nice and new and pressure treated looking and everything. Some of them much taller. Do your part for the infrastructure. Please do not plant anything next to them. Please do not plant anything under them. Bushes, trees, shrubs, etc. If you have the opportunity to move some of your things, please move them back away from the road. It creates a huge problem down the road and a lot of excessive cost with the tree trimming and all that stuff, which you can see is now we've got a lot of trees that are sort of hollowed out around all the utility lines. Along with that goes the unseen utilities, which are right in the same area. We do have, in some places, water, and in more places than that, gas infrastructure. The only way you're going to know is by calling 811 and having the area staked out before you actually do any planting. Now, I know that's not required because you're out there with a shovel and you're just going to dig a small hole, even to plant your mailbox. But the reality is that a tree, especially a deciduous tree that loses its leaves every year, it's a mirror image above and below ground. So you think of these giant oak trees with the huge canopy and all those thick branches. Well, below ground, you've got almost the exact same thing in the root system. If that gas line is buried underneath it, those roots will grab a hold of it, and eventually they will kink the line, put a hole in the line, etc. And then, of course, there's the digging up of everything and then the removal of the tree because it created the issue. Please be aware and don't plant under the utility lines and don't plant over the utilities. In honor of or in recognition of Child Abuse Prevention Month, you will see a pinwheel garden will be installed in front of the town hall with appropriate signage. Child abuse is a national scourge, and this time of year we try to call everybody's attention to it with the pinwheels. The Veterans Monument in the front of the Lima Town Hall has a memorial brick walkway. You can have a veteran's name, branch, rank, etc. engraved on a brick. This was one of the best Eagle Scout projects I've ever seen, very enduring, done by Sam Walters back in 2010. And it's now maintained by Lima VFW Post 26. Forms are available from the Lima Town Clerk. 3 lines of text on a brick is $50. And so when the form, it's done, as the forms come in, the bricks are engraved and then put in a blank brick is pulled out of the walk. So always good to do. Lima Town Cleanup Days, and that is combined with the village. So there's only one event now, but it's for 3 days, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It is from 8 to noon each day, and it's over at the Highway Garage Complex over there on Dublin Street. You have to get a permit from the town clerk during business hours. You can call 582-1130 with questions about getting the permit. It is free to all town and village residents. One pickup truck load is what you are limited to. This does include electronics collection with a maximum of 3 televisions. Please, no contractor debris, no weekly garbage or recyclables, no propane tanks, no Freon products, no paint, unless it is dry. Dried paint is something that can be taken. No 55-gallon drums or other types of drums, and no tires. If you have any questions, you can give the Lima Town Highway Department a call, 313-2666, or the Village of Lima, 370-7143. And that's all I've got, Chris.
All right, thanks, Mike. We have this from Rick Mill, Mayor of Honeoye Falls. He says the village continues to work on follow-up to various grants, specifically the West Main Street Sidewalk Rehabilitation Program. Bids were open and are being reviewed. The goal and expectations are to have this project completed before a major road project is completed by Monroe County. The Monroe County West Main Street project will be to mill and totally repave West Main Street and will include gutter work as well. This will create quite a disruption, not only along West Main Street, but also with the USPS, that's the Postal Service, as the project work around their building commences. There is a good plan being put in place to work with the USPS to keep all business flowing as normal. We will have more information as we get closer to the project's beginning. April 27th is the date of the Village Eco Fair, scheduled to take place at Harry Allen Park and around the village community. More information to follow next week. In terms of Monroe County, the Monroe County legislature voted against the request to fund a study for a public takeover of RG&E. The study was slated to cost upwards of $1.5 million. This proposal was defeated by a 16-13 vote. However, with the president of the legislature also voting no, this will allow for the proposal to be amended and brought back before the legislature within the fiscal year. The legislature also approved road projects and culvert rebuild projects throughout the district, and this includes a culvert road project on Boughton Hill Road in the town of Mendon. That's all from Rick. Mike, thanks a lot. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Remember, this program airs every Sunday at 1 p.m. on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Like the page, subscribe to the channel, and you will be notified by those platforms when the broadcast begins. Otherwise, if you prefer, you can read the transcript in next week's paper. Anybody who wasn't on the call this week may be submitting something for the transcript in the paper, so be sure to check that out. That's all for now. Bye-bye.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.